A coin-6 investigation into Oregon Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum. She is up for re-election, and in her campaign ads, she promises, quote, to be protecting the most vulnerable, and that is her top priority, according to her. But her husband continues to have business ties to the company police say pimps use as their prime way to advertise children for sex.
Our Dan Chilkin is here now with the latest in his ongoing investigation. Dan?
We're talking about ties to Backpage.com, and their ads, police say, are often for underage prostitutes. You know, so much has happened recently with law enforcement from coast to coast trying to shut Backpage down. And so much has happened since we first asked Rosenblum about this contradiction in what she says and what she does. Hi, Attorney General.
How are you?
I'm doing well. It was 18 months ago we tried talking to Ellen Rosenblum again. Surely you've got time just to talk to us about your connections to Backpage.com.
I have a plane to catch.
Why won't you talk to us about Backpage.com?
I don't know anything about what you're talking about Backpage.
Yes, you do. I've talked to you about this story 3 years ago. Your husband is in business with Backpage. Ellen Rosenblum is married to Richard Meeker. Meeker owns Willamette Week. For years on the newspaper's website, the classified ads have been run through Backpage.com through a business agreement. Several links later, you can get to the Backpage.com website, and you can see the ads under escorts, body rubs, and other headings where police say pimps often advertise child prostitutes.
There we go.
Less than a month ago, the CEO of Backpage was arrested in Texas. The people who filed the charges of sex trafficking and pimping a minor do the same job Rosenblum does, the Attorney General in California and the Attorney General in Texas.
Backpage.com seems to have knowingly and willingly allowed women and children to be exploited in return for its own financial gain.
I first asked Rosenblum and her husband about their connection to Backpage when she ran for office in 2012. That's when her husband asked Backpage to remove escort ads from the Willamette Week's website, which Backpage did. Meeker says there are no adult or sex trafficking ads on his website, but he has continued to be in business with Backpage. Meanwhile, Rosenblum signed this letter which urges Congress to pass a law to help in the eradication of human trafficking. The letter from the National Association of Attorneys General specifically talks about how websites such as Backpage.com has created virtual brothels where children are bought and sold using euphemistic labels such as escorts. Why did you sign this letter, the National Association of Attorneys General is asking for Congress to crack down on Backpage, if you don't know anything about it?
Oh, but they should crack down on the part of Backpage that runs bad ads in newspapers or magazines that my husband does not do.
I've made protecting the most vulnerable my top priority.
Rosenblum released new campaign ads in late October.
Helped convict child pornographers.
Just 5 days earlier, the FBI released this video of their nationwide undercover investigation to catch pimps and free people in the sex industry. In all, 82 minors were found, including one in Oregon. The FBI won't say how they found the victims, but right here in their video you can see agents with a sex ad from Backpage.com in Michigan. Rosenblum seems to know associating with those who take advantage of underage people is politically dicey. Less than a month ago, her husband's own newspaper did this story about Rosenblum giving back campaign contributions from a man who is charged with a sex crime involving a 15-year-old last year. So you don't think you're a hypocrite?
No, I do not think I'm a hypocrite. I think I'm an excellent Attorney General. I care a lot about victims, and one of my priorities is human trafficking, and it will continue to be. So thank you for asking. I really appreciate it.
But you're fine with your husband being in business. So you may be wondering at home why we used an old interview with Ellen Rosenblum when I had to go find her. Well, again, like then, we asked her for a sit-down interview. Instead, all we got back was emails, one from her campaign and one from her husband. Both of them say that he stepped down as Willamette Week's publisher and no longer makes business decisions at the paper. He also says Willamette Week does not carry the so-called escort ads.
Okay, back to Richard Meeker, the husband. He said he stepped down as publisher. He doesn't make business decisions.
Right, but he's still the owner.
He still owns the paper.
And he's the president of the paper, so they stand to profit from the paper.
Okay. You've been following this for what, a year and a half now?
A long time. Yeah, you can see that story in full again on our website, coin.com.